Hey everybody, Alex Kazora, SteelersDepot.com, back with some Pittsburgh Steelers tape breakdown and analysis. With the Steelers coming off their bye week, I had a chance to kind of look at this team from a bigger picture point of view from the season, and something that I've thought about for a while, watching the games week after week, and want to have some time to dedicate to today is the Steelers' philosophy, especially on those weighty down, third down, fourth down kind of situations. Pittsburgh's mantra has been all season long: take away the opponent's best weapon, take away their best guy, and make someone else win. So whoever their top threat offensively is, receiver, tight end, etc., make sure he's not getting the ball in those big possession downs and force the offense to go to someone else. I saw this on Twitter actually yesterday, and it encapsulates what the Steelers are trying to do. It's from Coach Vass, who's a great follow on Twitter, and he had the quote he came up with of defend their best, survive the rest. And that's really what Pittsburgh has done in those weighty third down moments this year. Defend the best guys, take him away, and force offenses to play quote unquote left handed in the sense of they can no longer go to their top weapons. They're going to have to devise a game plan or target someone else who isn't supposed to be maybe the guy they want to go to in those big moments. So today, several examples of the Steelers taking away the top guys in those big possession down moments. First one comes against Buffalo week one, and we all know the top target in that Bills game was wide receiver Stephon Diggs, who torched Pittsburgh last year. And so this is a third down play. Diggs aligned to the bottom, and the Steelers playing too deep here and basically matching and carrying Diggs vertical. Now, some of that might be more scheme than a true concrete plan to take him away and double him, with him being the one receiver out in the pattern here initially, with the running back kind of chipping here to start. But still, taking away this vertical route by Diggs, cornerback James Pierre matching the route vertically. You have the safety over the top. Josh Allen looks for Diggs here pre-snap and right after the snap of the football, but he's got to go somewhere else with it because Diggs is not going to be an option on this play. Ends up going for Cole Beasley on this crosser coming across the field. Should have been caught, but it's dropped. And so I understand Beasley gets open on this play, but you're forcing someone else to make a play instead of their top guy. Instead of Diggs making that catch, you probably would have made that catch. You're now asking a different receiver, and generally has good hands, but drops this one. So you're forcing someone else who's not their number one to make the play. So snap of the football, Allen wants Diggs. It's taken away by Pierre underneath, and that's Trey Norwood over the top, forces Josh Allen to look elsewhere and go for Cole Beasley. I think there was a penalty on this play that called this one back anyway. So even if Beasley had caught it, this would not have been a conversion. But one last look at it here. Again, doubling, Diggs vertically underneath, over the top, bracketing him. Ball has to go somewhere else. You're forcing someone else to make the play, and they do not. Week two against the Raiders, the top weapon was going to be Darren Waller, the all star tight end for the Las Vegas Raiders. This is a 3rd and 4 for the Raiders here late in the first half. And there's going to be Darren Waller aligned to the top here in the slot alignment with Renfro motioning across. And on the snap here, you'll see free safety Minka Fitzpatrick spin down, rotate down, and they're going to bracket and take away Darren Waller. So, you have outside leverage and inside leverage on Waller and force the ball to go somewhere else. And so this play here, Minka's going to spin down. He'll have I think it's Trey Norwood ultimately, or maybe Cam Sutton that has the outside leverage here. And so as Waller breaks his route to the inside, Fitzpatrick's able to take that one away as well. So yeah, it is Sutton on the outside. Fitzpatrick coming down. It's bracketing him, taking away any crosser. And Fitzpatrick will come down and rob a lot of these crossers on third down, even without a top threat to worry about. But the function and the result of this play is Waller's taken away, forces Carr to go elsewhere with the football. It's complete to Hunter Renfro. Unfortunately, this is a conversion on this play. And so Pittsburgh does not get the stop here. Lane does not do a great job of driving on the ball on the route here against Renfro. But the idea is force someone else to make that play because on this down, Pittsburgh's like Darren Waller is not going to beat us here on 3rd and 4. Skipping the Bengals game because at the time Jamar Chase wasn't the breakout rookie that he was coming into that game. It was still early in the season. Pittsburgh's probably gonna have a different game plan for him when they meet the Bengals right after Thanksgiving with the way Chase is playing right now. So I'm skipping to week 4 against Green Bay. And of course, Davante Adams, one of the top receivers in football, the main threat here. And they doubled him throughout really the entire game. Here's a third down play again, red zone, big weighty moment, third down in the red zone. Adams in the slot, and as he runs his vertical seam ball, you're going to have Cam Sutton and Terrell Edmonds bracketing him to the top and force the ball to go somewhere else to the other receiver, and it's incomplete in the end zone. Decent coverage on the play by James Pierre. So you see Adams to the bottom. You have Sutton outside leverage, Edmonds inside leverage, bracketing him. There's no route that Adams should be able to run here that's going to get himself open. He's taken away, forced the ball to go to a second and third option. That's Alan Lazard, who's a good receiver, big body kind of guy, but he's certainly not Davante Adams. And so you're gonna, you know, trust and hope that Rogers to Lazard's going to be less likely to be completed, even singled up, than Rogers to Davante Adams. And so that was this team's philosophy, really the entire game. And I'll show another clip here in a second of them taking away Adams time and time again. Later in that Packers game, this is going to be a 3rd and 4 midway through the fourth quarter. And here's Davante Adams, 3-by-1, backside, X receiver is Adams on this play. And so Pittsburgh's not hiding how they're covering this one. And that's one benefit of having that top receiver be the backside X, because you can kind of get sometimes a pre-snap read if that guy's going to be doubled or not. Pittsburgh did that a ton whenever they had Antonio Brown, made life easier for Ben to understand what coverage they were getting. So you see Terrell Edmonds here shifted and shaded pretty heavily to Adams' side. And basically pre-snap that tells Aaron Rodgers, I'm not going to be able to go to Davante Adams on this play because he's going to be doubled and taken away here on the boundary side while doubled up. And so he's got to go somewhere else and work the trip side, and this pass is incomplete over the middle, intended for, I believe, looks like Randall Cobb on this play, almost picked off by Melvin Ingram. But on the snap here, you see Edmonds and the left corner. I believe that's, who's that, Joe Hayden on this play, taking him away. And it's not even like they're fully bracketing him because they're just kind of rotating in their cover three deep zone. But that pre-snap read of, I'm not even going to try to look at that because it does not look like it's going to be available. So I'm going to work the trip side instead and try to find another option who's probably going to be singled up. And so this play results in a good outcome for Pittsburgh. The incompletion almost had the interception from the diving Melvin Ingram. But that pre snap look there, that pre snap shake kind of told Aaron Rodgers that ball probably should not even be attempted to go to Davante Adams. And instead, he's got to look elsewhere and tries to go to a second and third option. And this pass incomplete. And a weird throw. I'm not sure if this one got tipped. I think maybe it was. But again, the point is on this play, not allowing Davante Adams to beat you in that big moment. Final example comes from Seattle week 6, and this is another third down play, 3rd and 4. So you're seeing a lot of these coverages come on third and short to medium and in the red zone in a very clear bracket coverage on this play against DK Metcalf in overtime. Obviously, a big weighty moment, and so they're not going to let Metcalf beat him on this play or beat the Steelers on this play. And so you see the bracket here, inside outside leverage here. Joe Hayden and Terrell Edmonds forces that ball to maybe go somewhere else to really not allowed to be thrown to Metcalf, who's running a double move on this play, and ultimately it's T.J. Watt who gets home, beats the right tackle Brandon Shell, and sacks Geno Smith. And so again, very clear what the intentions of Pittsburgh were in this play. Fitzpatrick shaded to the 3 receiver side. You're going to have this bracket coverage over the top here against Metcalf, not let DK beat you on third down, force someone else to try to beat you, and ultimately Smith holds onto the football, gets too much depth, and Watt finishes the play for the sack. So that's the Steelers' philosophy. Has it always worked this season? No, it hasn't. The Raiders game, for example, they took away Waller successfully, but then guys like Henry Ruggs, Foster Moreau, and others beat them. In that Packers game, Randall Cobb had a big game against Pittsburgh, but that's been the intent and idea for the Steelers team. And I'll put up the stats here of some of those top weapons and numbers that Diggs and Adams and Waller and Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, did not have in this game. Very quiet numbers, very pedestrian type numbers. And so Pittsburgh's really successfully done a great job of taking away those top guys. And obviously that's intentional. And I think it goes back to whenever Pittsburgh had AB, they knew the importance of him in this offense and what the offense was like whenever they could not get the ball to him as often or as much as they would like to when defenses really took him away. It didn't happen often, obviously, because he was Antonio Brown. But I think Pittsburgh really learned what it was like as an offense not to have that or whenever their top guy was doubled. And so you're seeing that effect defensively play out. And of course, you don't have to be an X's and O's junkie, a Bill Walsh or Bill Belichick to know how good some of these guys are, Diggs and Adams, and some of these guys that just routinely make those big plays. And so that's been the Steelers' idea all along, all season long. It's been taking away the top guy, and they've done a really good job of that, a very intentional bracketing and spinning coverage, whether you're lying in the slot or on the outside, third down, red zone type stuff. They're not going to let you get, they're not going to get beat by the opponent's top guy. And so that's been the philosophy this season. So appreciate you guys watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please like and subscribe if you guys have not done so already. And we'll talk to you soon.